Hello and welcome to this post-cycle yoga flow, 15 minutes, nice and short. I hope you had a great ride. So let's get started in our cat-cow. We're going to begin in an all fours position. So just planting the hands, stacking the wrists stacked under shoulders, knees stacked under hips. And just taking a nice inhale, we're going to drop the belly to gaze forward. And as we exhale, let's round through the spine, press against the mat with our hands, tops of our feet and our shins. Inhale to gaze forward. And exhale to round. And while we're here, let's take a little shake of the head and the hips. Release any tension we're holding in the neck or the shoulders. And then again, dropping the belly. We can continue that movement in the hips, wiggling the hips, releasing the head. And then we can just take some rolls of the shoulders. So if we take our weight to the right hand, we can roll out the left shoulder. And just the other way, the other side. Take the weight into the left, roll out the right shoulder. Nice, loosey-goosey. Get nice and limber. Shake it all out. And we're going to take our knees nice and wide, sit our bum back towards the heels, lengthen those arms out. We can drop to the forehead for a moment through child's pose. Taking a breath here. And then as we inhale, we're just going to take those hands a little bit closer, drop the belly, come forward. Exhale, round through the spine, sit bum back to the heels. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round it back. And again, just moving with the breath, nice and big movements. Really taking up space. And this time we're going to take the knees a little bit more narrow. As we come forward, we're going to drop the hips and take it into a little cobra. So we lift through the front body, extend through the arms, and exhale. Bring it back, bum to heels. Inhale, come forward, cobra. Exhale, round it back, child's. One more time. Inhale to come forward, drop the hips, extend the front body. And exhale, bring it back. We'll take a second in our child's pose, just drop the forehead to the mat, really extend through the arms. If you can't get your forehead to the mat, you could put it on a block. Or just allow it to hang there. Take one more breath. And as we exhale, we're going to come all the way forward into a prone position. So just dropping to the hips. We'll take a full body stretch, lengthen those arms above the head. Forehead drops to the mat, extend through the back, through the shoulders. And on an exhale, let's place both hands just to the side of the shoulders. We're going to limber into our spines as we inhale. Just gently bring the chest off the mat. Exhale, release it down. And moving with the breath, inhale to press away. Exhale to release it down. So we're just going to continue to do this, limbering our spine. Obviously, as you've been on the bike, you've been quite crouched over. So we just open up the chest, open up that back. Just countering that crouched pose. And the next one, let's try and bring it up to a cobra. As we press through those hands, we extend through the arms and just lengthen through the front body. So I want you to imagine you've got headlights on your chest beaming forward. So you keep them up nice and high. And we'll just take a few breaths here. On an exhale, you may wish to look over alternate shoulders, taking a glance to the left. And a glance to the right. And one more in each direction. And last one. Awesome, releasing it down, back onto our stomachs. We're going to open into our shoulders, so just lengthening the left arm out to the side, planting the right hand next to the body. We're going to gently press the right side of the body off the mat, keeping that left arm extended, left leg extended, and just press the right leg off the mat. It can come behind you, or it can just hover in the air. You're just opening into that left shoulder. And we'll just take a breath here. And as we exhale, releasing back through center, we extend the right arm, press through the left hand, and gently open into that right shoulder as we lift the left side of the body off the mat. Taking a breath. And as we exhale, through center. Now we're going to come into a little puppy pose. So we're going to come back through our all fours with our legs, planting knees stacked under hips, just pressing into the tops of our feet. And then we're just going to walk it out with our upper body, walking out those hands, extend through the shoulders, and then you may just wish to drop to the forehead or to really open the back. We can drop to the chest, just keeping the hips stacked over your knees, just checking in and just continuing to breathe. Your mat might be a little bit slippery, you might be sliding forward. Just taking a breath here. As we inhale. And as we exhale, we release out of this pose and just stretch our feet. So just tucking under the toes. Just sitting onto the balls of the feet. We can just knead through the thighs, just give them a little massage as you sit nice and tall. And we can even take some pelvis tilts, just taking the hands to the hip bones and just tilting that pelvis forward and back. And get a little release in the lower back. And just finding that neutral position with the core slightly tucked in. You're aligned with your pubic bone. Lengthen through that spine, sit nice and tall. And while we're here, we're just going to take one breath in as we inhale. And a conscious breath out as we exhale. Amazing. Let's bring it back to our tabletop, planting those hands, spreading those fingers. And we're just going to take it into a bear hold. So you just tuck the toes, lifting the knees just off the mat about an inch. Just engage that core, light a little fire. We've been using the core hopefully through our ride. Just engage it for a moment. Take one more breath. And as we exhale, dropping those knees, we're going to take them nice and wide, and we're just going to take a little thread the needle. So we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, and as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle underneath the left arm, coming to the right side of the head. And just taking a breath here, you may wish to use this left hand to assist you, really opening up, lifting that chest up towards the ceiling as you twist into it. Or even taking a bind, taking that left hand all the way over to the right thigh. And just taking a breath. And on the next exhale, we release left hand, take it to the other side. Planting the right hand, inhale to sweep left arm up. Exhale to thread the needle, coming down to the left side of the head. And just opening into that left shoulder. Again, you can take that right hand above the head, allowing you to twist in that torso, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. And just taking a breath here. As we inhale. Again, you can take that bind right hand onto the top of left thigh. And your next exhale, releasing out of it, releasing the right hand and the left hand. And just through our tabletop, we're going to kick back with the left foot, just tucking those toes. And we'll take a little rock out, release that calf. Nice, just rocking through that left leg. Try not to drop the head. And just taking one more breath here. And your next exhale, we're going to just turn this right foot out towards the right side of the mat. And just lengthen through the entire left side of the body as we lengthen through that left leg and that left arm. Nice full side body opening. Just taking a breath here. As we inhale. And exhale, returning that left hand, left side of the body. And we're going to bring that left leg all the way forward into a low lunge. You're going to lengthen through the front side of the body as we inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we can just take them to the back of the spine or onto the glutes and just gently open. Our hearts lifted, stretching that right quad, opening the thighs, opening the legs, taking a breath. And as we exhale, release the upper body forward, coming into a half split. So we just shift our weight back, release those toes towards the sky, and just fold forward, releasing that calf and hamstring. And just coming back to the breath here. Now you may wish to hold these stretches a little bit longer, it's up to you. Depends how much time you have in the day. We'll just take one more breath here. For every exhale, release a little bit deeper into that stretch, really folding forward so you can get your head towards that knee. And on an exhale, we're just going to shift our weight forward. We're going to plant the right hand. And we're just almost going to drop towards that right hip, coming onto the outer edge of this left foot. And just gently push that left knee away from the body. So you're almost turning to gaze back towards the end of the mat. Nice, really mindful when you're doing this. Just stay with the breath. Just take one more breath here. And we'll exhale. Taking that left leg all the way back, let's rock it out with the right foot as we tuck the toes. Rock it forward and back. Again, try not to drop that head. Release that calf. Take one more breath. And we'll flick out with the left leg, reaching through the right side of the body, extend the right leg and right arm. And coming back to the breath here. Just continuing to breathe, nice opening in the body. And as we exhale, we'll release that right hand down, coming back through center. We're going to bring the right foot all the way to the top of the mat into our low lunge. We're going to lengthen through the front body. If there's any pain under your knee, you might just want to get some more cushioning under there. As we inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to release our hands just to the base of the back or onto the glutes and just lift that chest up towards the sky. Now, I'm not going into any areas of pain or discomfort, just working within your body's abilities. Really opening up here in that left quad. Take one more breath. And we'll exhale, collapse it forward as we shift the weight back, toes towards the ceiling into our half split. Just collapsing forward over this right leg now, toes towards the sky, releasing that calf and that hamstring. You might feel a little tight, especially after your cycle. So just take a few breaths here, utilise that breath with every exhale, try and relax into that pose. Perhaps you can get your knee a little closer or head a little bit closer towards that knee. Working with the breath. Taking one more breath here, and as we exhale, let's bring that body forward, planting the left hand. And we almost drop towards that left hip as we come onto the outer edge of the right foot and just pressing that knee away as we almost twist to gaze back towards that leg behind us and just staying with the breath. Just breathing here. Again, being mindful. The weight is through this left hand onto the left leg. Take one more breath. And we exhale. Coming back to center. We're going to take it into a quick little downward dog as we plant the hands, bum towards the sky and just pedal it out. Just release those calves for a moment. Nice. We're just going to take it into a high plank as we inhale, roll forward over those toes, engage the core, engage the shoulders, and exhale, bring it back. We'll take that 2 more times, just engage that core. Inhale, bring it forward, and exhale, bring it back, downward dog. Last time. Inhale, high plank, and exhale, downward dog. Now we're going to bring it into a little pigeon pose, the last stretch of the class. As we extend, the left leg comes to the front. We drop the shin, both hips facing forward or square forward with that right leg extended behind. And we just take a breath in our king pigeon. And as we exhale, let's release it all the way down onto those arms, onto the forehead perhaps, or onto the blocks. And just get a nice release in that left glute. Now you may wish to pause the video and just stay here for as long as feels good. Wherever you are, just focusing on the breath. Try not to think about when the pose is ending or wishing it to end, but just enjoying that sensation, that feeling, that physical release that you get from this pose. We'll just stay here for 2 more breaths. And on the next exhale, let's lengthen through the front body. We're going to tuck the back toes, bring it back through a downward dog. Pedal it out. And bring that right leg all the way forward, dropping the shin towards the mat. Extend left leg behind. Both hips are square forward. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, walk it down to the mat. Drop to your arms, drop to your forehead. And we'll just release in that right glute. Coming back to the breath. Try and relax and rest. Enjoy the physical release in your right glute. This can count as your relaxation to the end of your yoga class. Let's just try and enjoy this still, peaceful moment as you breathe consciously. We'll take one more breath here. And as we exhale, let's extend through the front body. We're just going to collapse onto the glutes. Swing the leg around. Sit nice and tall, grounded through both those sit bones. Extend the spine, open the shoulders. And we'll just come to close the eyes and take a few conscious breaths together. Inhaling through the nose. And we'll exhale out the mouth. I just want you to let it all go. Just reminiscing, thinking about what a great ride you just had. And the great warm up and cool down that you also had. Just taking a few more breaths here. Keeping those eyes closed, just looking inward. Going ahead, taking the deepest breath you've taken yet today. And on the exhale, let's make an audible sigh as we release and let anything go, just letting it stay on the mat, anything that's no longer serving you. As we exhale. Taking that a few more times if you need to, just letting it go. And we'll finish here together, taking our hands to heart, bowing our heads. Thank you for joining me for your cycling cool down. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.